Watch your feet. All right, hold on. Watch. Go out. No, I'm getting up. I'm gonna look for this. I don't know what the heck I did with it. Drawers. It's not. It's in a safe spot. It's my computer. So I mean, it's another now. Laptop should be that bag, the computer bag. Ask your mother if she's seen it. I don't know what the heck where it is, dude. I don't know. Like I said, it was down here on the seats. I was using it all the time. It can't be too far. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what the heck. It's around. I don't know if it's under the bed or I don't know. I don't know, dude. You asked me at the wrong time. Oh, welcome to Motor City Aquatics. Look at there's Papa Shrimp rubbing his belly. He must have had some Papa Good, some good food in his shrimps.
Actually, I'll be right back. I'm gonna get a drink.
All right. What is happening, everyone? What is happening? How is everyone doing? I hope everyone is doing well on this incredible Sunday evening. Well, we got aqua balls. What's going on? What's going on? Thank you. Sounds good. Looks good. Luke's looking for my other computer. I can't remember where I placed it. I don't know what the heck I did. I used to have it right here. Then I had it back there on the chair, and then it got moved. So I don't know what the heck is where it's at, but I don't even know where to start looking for it. That's why I'm not looking for it.
What's going on, brother?
Nothing. What's good? What's happening? Pepperland Creek, Patrick Hardy. He's all in here. Oh, S is in here. Nice. Yeah, nothing. I just got done doing a bunch of. I'm actually still doing water changes. This is the crappy part about working so much is my only day off for now. The next couple months is spent doing water changes. Yeah, sucks. So I don't mind water changes. It's just I don't like having to spend my day doing them, and like I said, and not having a day off to spend with everyone. So
I hear you.
But hey, it's got to be done, right?
Yeah, and that's kind of like yesterday. I spent most of the day switching out all the water tanks. I basically cleaned them all out and got them all cleaned up, rid of the algae and any dead plants, and they're looking good.
Nice. Hey, look under the bed, Luke. It might be under there. Use that big flashlight on your left right there and look under there. I don't know. I have no clue. I don't know where it could be. I don't know. Play the video games on the TV or something. Got so many. Well, he likes to play Roblox on this computer. And he come down just now as we're getting ready to do this, and yeah, no bueno.
Sorry. See you later.
So yeah, it's I guess what I'm gonna do is I'm doing the tap water tanks right now. So I did this shell dweller over here. I did the crayfish tank there was a lot of boost in there that wasn't weighted down, so it was just floating around. Learjet, glitch, what's happening? And it was just floating around. It was getting a bunch of algae on it. I wanted to see if I could get, if more or less, if boost would do good in my tap water. No, it gets really like soft and wimpy.
Yeah.
Limp, it's just not good. So I took almost all of it out, placed it around the tanks, and the cool thing with that is the shrimp literally destroy it because it's covered with so much biofilm and stuff from it sitting in the other tank. That's usually how I clean my boost to get it spectacular. Is I just move it from from one spot to another that's super clean. But yeah, so I did that, moved a bunch around, and then I fed them. I fed them bug bites today, the hard stuff that's for plecos.
Right.
Fed the plecos, and you see more and more babies every day coming out. So it's like the dad's letting them out of the cave. So I've never bred plecos like this to where I just let the plecos breed and then come out. I usually take the cave out and do it all myself. So excuse me. And I do it like that, and it always, I can produce a lot. This way, the male sat on them for the whole time, starving, because they don't eat. They almost never eat, they don't want to leave them. So I feel really bad for him. So that's why I always pull him out and then, try to power feed him to get some food in his guts. Because if not, he'll be right on the next one that wants to lay eggs, to get them out of their belly. So, yeah, I just figure I'd let it roll this way. Now it's taking a little long because, taking them out of the real big tank over there. This is the first batch actually that they've had. And it's been, I don't know, probably a month and a half at least. And I usually get, I'll get a batch of babies, every few weeks, however long the gestation period takes. Because once I pull it out there, he's in another cave, so. But that's how I like to do it. I like to do it with one male, couple females. I don't like to put more than one male because I don't want to risk them fighting. I don't want to risk them eating the babies. I've never had a parent that ate the babies. So I've been pretty lucky with that. So I kind of stick with what works for me. And that seems to be the best. But so I have a couple more. Well, actually, all of them down here, they all have to be filled up. So I'm going to fill them all up. And then maybe tomorrow, then I'll start on the care. I don't know how long I'll go, but I have the water being made so I can just have like my wife start filling them up. I'll just mark the ones. Sounds like the bucket's empty. I'll mark the tanks and then just have her come in and move the hose, to the tanks and stuff. Make it real simple. Let me go.
I agree, Patrick. It's always in Dallas, but I wouldn't mind going to Houston. Heck, I wouldn't mind traveling around the state if they had shrimp shows or events, in those areas too. That would be kind of cool. Maybe we can get a Texas thing going. That would be awesome. Hi, Sherry. Hi, B-Wizzle. S. Learjet. Aqua Balls, Peplin Creek. Let me see what we got. We got 11 people in here right now. That's cool. I have to go to the YouTube side to see that. So there's a bit of a delay. And I also got to, that's the only place I can comment. For whatever reason, I can't comment on the StreamYard side of it. It's weird. Only when it's on my channel. And I think it's like that for him when he's on my channel.
What's that?
The commenting thing. Like you can't type in comments in the comment section, or can you?
Yeah, it's really weird. I mean, I can do it here, but yeah, I can never do it when I'm on yours on my side.
Yeah, that's why I go back to the YouTube side to do any typing.
Right, and that's how I have to do it when I'm on yours too. Yeah, it's kind of jacked up, but
Yeah, it
with
is.
everything that works so good, that's like probably the only complaint I have. It's a
You would
simply
figure that, especially since we're each other's mods, that we'd have access to
yeah.
each other's
Right.
stuff.
Yeah, that's like do anything, blocking somebody, anything like that. It's crazy. Blizzle Aquatics, Blizzle. Yeah, so it's that's all I'm doing. I'm trying to catch up. I have to stay up really late tonight. I mean, I stayed up late today, hanging out and stuff. Luke crashed before I did, so I win again. Yes. And then I think I slept till 5 or 6, or no, maybe later, 8. Yeah, probably around 8.
Like 7:30. Well, yeah, it was 7:30 my time when you called, so 8:30ish your time.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. So so 8:30. So I I just want to
sleeping all day, loser.
Huh?
I said sleeping all day, you loser.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to, and the funny thing is I really didn't get anything done. I got some stuff done in the bathroom. I didn't get anything done in here. That's why I'm doing it now. So I just did the water changes on the 125 and the 40 gallon. I'm torn between. I have that G3, the Fluval G3. It's a digital canister filter.
Right.
I'm not really happy with it. Even when the catfish were in there, the G3 runs off a small cylinder filter. It drops inside. They put the top on, you lock it down. If you use the original filter that comes with it, it clogs very quickly, really fast. Well, then they show in the video to stick a brush in there. I don't know if their brush is special, but without the brush, you really can't clean it because you need high-powered water. So you would think, like, take it outside and use the hose. The hose works great, but in the wintertime, can't use it. I don't have a hose in my house that I can spray and not care about water going everywhere because I'm cleaning it out. So what I did is I went to the store and bought a filter, bought like a filter media, like a sponge filter. It's the same diameter. So I just cut it the same height, and then I slide that in, and then I click the top on. But it just doesn't. I don't know. It's just not real clear like the 125. So I'm thinking I put my 50 on there, my Aqua Clear. Of course, I always revert back to an Aqua Clear because they're the best.
Right.
And always will be. But so I put that on there to see if that would help. Pick it up and clean it up. And if it starts to do that, what I'm thinking is I'll just shut that off, probably take it back, give it back to my buddy at the store, and run a hob filter on it. Because, the canister filter is good on the 125, but I don't want a bunch of canister filters, all over the place because they're not very joyful to clean. And,
well, just do like Lucas and never clean it.
Right. I mean, I could do that, but that kind of defeats the purpose of having. I mean, might as well just have a pump in a bucket of water. Have like an overflow and just be circulating water because more or less that's all that's happening. You can just put a little bucket underneath the tank and just put a little cheap pump in there and just have the trickling noise, but. I don't know. I'm just not happy with it. I thought it would be way better, because it tells you like, where your, your chemicals, you got to clean, all this stuff. The mechanical needs cleaned. It's been so long. You can set it to be a certain amount of days, all this stuff. And it's just, it's kind of like a car with, idiot lights in it. You just put tape over it when it lights up and it won't shut off. And you're like, this is irritating, pull a fuse to get it to go away. I'm sure it's a great filter, but I don't think it's really made for this. I mean, unless I'm, using their filter is way better, but I don't see why it would be way better. You can more or less put any type of filtration in almost anything and have it work great. So it's just not. It's not like a canister filter where you can put big pieces of filtration in there and stack it up. So we'll give it a minute, and I think I might get rid of that after my job slows up. But yeah, right now we're gonna fill these up. I got to make sure I get that upper tank up there. That's the black, the black worm tank. They got to be, everything's got to still be alive because everything in there is living. So it's not like I'm having death and die off from them. So yeah, that's what I'm up to, and just trying to get as much done before before the bed calls me again and I start to get tired.
Hey, Sherry, an idea that I've always used for those little shrimp tanks, the filters that they put on them, you can take the impeller out and cut every other one of those fins on the impeller. Usually there's 6 fins on the impeller, and you cut off every other one so it stays balanced, and then that'll reduce the flow rate in half. That's a good way to do it. Or you put sometimes I'd cut a sponge and put it on the outlet to help break up the flow so it wasn't just blowing into the tank so hard.
Yeah, I do that. Actually a lot. You just take a long piece of sponge and roll it around and like zip tie it.
Yeah.
So when it comes out, bam, it hits that sponge, that filter pad or whatever you use, and then it goes out.
Disperses it so it's not like a jet stream just flowing in there.
I've been doing that a lot because, like this 32-gallon BioCube right here, I had the puffers in it, was really good. When I had the discus in it, was really good. But, it's got a lot of flow, so I put the filter on it and it did really good. And I was like, you know what? It's all these tanks that I get that have the filtration built into them. They're good. I mean, don't get me wrong. They're incredible works of art, but it's just not, like a hob, the aqua clears, of course, you just turn that pipe, slow her up, speed it up, it's like riding a moped, but it's with the other stuff, you can't do that. Like you're saying, the only thing, I mean, you got to go and cut an impeller. I mean, you can go to the stores, and most pet stores will have those things just laying around. So you can get more. You can buy new ones. So you could do that. You can use the filter pad and put on it.
You can also take like the Fluval and the Aquatop style that have the plastic backing with the pump in the back that sucks it through.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you can take that pump and retrofit it to use an air stone, and then it's just like a bubble, and it's still pulling all the water through all the filter media, and then it's just coming out at a rate that you can set on a bubbler, just like an overflow,
Yeah,
just
you
like a Matten filter
in it. Yep. But I did one time. What I did was I drilled holes in that because that uplift tube in there is rubber. So I just took a drill and drilled a few decent sized holes, and it wasn't putting so much pressure out up top. It was, it would blow it out at the bottom. So that was a way that I was able to alter the pressure without destroying, because the tube is easily replaceable, the rubber hose.
Oh, yeah.
So, that seemed the best for me. But the bad thing about that is when you start to alter stuff like that, and let's say you want more flow, you can't get it. So that's why I think the best thing, like you were saying with the filtration pad or putting something, covering it manually like that is the best, because you can just take it off. Now you got full power again.
Right.
So that's always what worked for me really good. So, but
yeah, I've tried all kinds of things because I really like those tanks. I like the Fluval tanks, all of the Flex tanks, and you have to get past, like Sherry was saying, I don't know what kind of tank she has, but they have all of those little, I guess, overflow holes on the bottom, or they might have a lower side filter. But I've always just taken a filter floss, or I'll cut up a small sponge and put it inside those little covers to cover it up. And then I use the substrate on the lower portion as much as I can to cover up all of those holes so little shrimplets don't get in. But if they're going to get in the back and into the filtration, they're going to get into the back and into the filtration. There's nothing you can do.
And the cool thing about it is you don't have to be scared because they're not getting into the impeller part.
Right.
If they get in where the water gets sucked through, and then
it's just an open chamber.
Yeah, it's all they're just feeding in there all day.
Yeah, and I've had it like where my fluval tank, I used to go and look in the back little left-hand side. You could look down in there, and I guess that's a compartment where you can put a heater.
Yeah.
And I'd look down in there, and I'd be like, oh, look, there's some babies, and I'd catch them with my net and put them back in the front of the tank,
Yeah.
And just pull them out. It's kind of like when you have a matin filter, you can go to the back and get those shrimp out that happen to somehow get onto the other side.
Yeah, I used to get scared sometimes that they were gonna die, and I was just like, "Oh no, that's good." Was that who was that? Patrick Hardy said, "If he keeps watching us, we're gonna make him
up his shrimp game."
Yeah, get his shrimp game up. Well, if you're playing with LRB's Blue Dreams, red cherry shrimps, you got a really, really, really good start.
Yeah, no doubt.
Where do you live, Mississippi hippie, to where there's no freaking pet stores for 2 hours?
Mississippi?
Well, no, what I mean is, where at there that, I mean, really, there's no pet store for 2 hours? That's crazy.
Hey, what's up, Lefty?
It's a JBJ tank. Wow, I don't know if you want to go mess anything on that up. I hear those things are expensive.
Oh, but it's got like a internal hang-on filter in those, right?
Yeah, I think that's what she's saying. Yeah. What's up, Papa Shrimp Motor? Mr. Aquatic News, what's happening? Oh, wow. Look, we've been graced by excellence. Lefty's in here. What is going on, Mr. Lefty 3213? Hey! That guy's got a great show. Great show.
Vicksburg. I know where that's at. Bovina. Bumfuck Bovina. Oops.
Oh, that's all right. Yeah, filter box built in the back. Mississippi hippie queen. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. BFB bum effing Egypt.
Yeah, back when I had a real job, I had to travel through all those backwood areas in Mississippi to go to all the different stores, whether it was through Vicksburg, Oxford, I forget the name of the one town, but anywhere there was a Lowe's or a Best Buy in Mississippi, that was one of my states that I covered. So yeah, been there. It's kind of pretty, depending on what time of the year you're around there. I mean, it was some of the countryside is really, really pretty.
Fish Ranch home. Yeah, I've never been there. Don't know if I'll ever be there. I don't travel too much, but
when I used to have to go to Memphis, I'd always stay on the Mississippi side of Memphis, down in Horn Lake and stuff like that, just because I stayed in Memphis proper once, and I was like, nope, I ain't doing it again.
So you're supposed to be getting more shrimp?
Yes, sir. I should be getting some shrimpies and some little goodies that I can have with me for this weekend when I do the swap. And then hopefully...
What's the swap?
It's being put on by the DFW Aquarium Association. They do. It's like where you've seen me and Jason go for Jadron Aquatics when we did the other fish expos or whatever here. This one's going to be a swap, and then afterwards an auction. So a bunch of the same vendors that are always here will be there. But Joseph Stanley's going to be there, so I figured I'd hook up with him and go sell some stuff. So we got that all hooked up. That'll be fun.
So did you have to rent a table or something?
Yeah, I'm gonna go talk to the people that are putting it together because they're
or
like,
is it outside?
no, it's inside. It's inside,
Okay.
and but the people that run it are like 10 miles away from me. So I finally looked it up on the interweb, and I was like, oh look, I can get there in like 10 minutes. So I'm gonna go up there and talk to them and see if they have an issue with us sharing a table or if I have to get my own table. Because either way, I'll do it because I don't think I'll have enough to take up a whole table. But if I got to get a whole table in order for them to put my name on there, then I'll do that.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, get a table. That'd be cool. Mississippi Hippie says that she's so backwoods that her mother's name was Billy Hill. And he's come up on the caller ID saying Hillbilly. Hillbilly caller. Yeah, that it was so old like that at my grandmother's house in Pennsylvania. The phone line was a party line, so everyone in your little area, however many people were on that line, however many families, if there was 20 or 30 of them, you would have to pick the phone up first and listen to make sure nobody was on it. If somebody was on it, you'd have to hang up. Because everyone was the first three numbers of the phone number was the same. There was no area code, but it was the first three numbers, and it was just the last four that changed per house. So whoever you're calling, you just dial the first three and then hit those last four, and it would go. But I mean, I remember being on there, and you'd be sitting there talking to somebody, and an adult would get on there, you're talking to your little cousins or something. They'd be like, hey, you're going to be on here much longer. We need to make a phone call. And I'm like, dang, y'all pussy around here.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Been there, done that with all that stuff with the phones. But
yeah, I remembered corded phones.
Yeah,
stupid cord. And then you get the long one thinking, oh, it's going to be so much better with this 25-foot springy cord thing. Nope, it gets all tangled up, and you can still only put the phone like this far away from it because the cord's all tangled. Hello.
Yeah, and then when it was for you, they give you the phone and you pull it down the hall into a closet, close the door, and just so you can go hide.
Run it under the door so that you got the space.
So you could hide and whisper and nobody would hear because you have to stand in the kitchen. Hello, what? Yes, I don't know. Hold on. Can I go out and play? They said no. Oh, what's going on tonight? Oh, okay. Yeah. It's like now you can, you can go outside, talk on the phone. You can talk on the phone when you're going to the store.
My sister would get pissed at me because I'd walk by the phone and undo the little thing and go,
yeah, or walk by and do the quick little pop on the button, and they go click, click, and they're like, "What was that?" It's crazy. Remember how you used to, if you wanted to know what you call Isabel? Remember, you could punch Isabel in there and like get the time. When you want to set a clock and stuff, because we didn't have it to where, you didn't have the internet and stuff. So if you want to know what time it was, if your clocks were all jacked up or you're setting up clocks, you just dial Isabel.
And I didn't know that's what it was, but I remember we had a certain thing that we used to be able to call. Same thing with, what was it? There was another one that you could call.
Because that's where the name Ma Bell came in. Because Isabel, you'd, call Ma Bell and she'd tell you what time it was. What time is it? Or when, if you picked it up really fast, call when you fully disconnected, you could still hear the other person if they didn't hang up. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's some crazy stuff. Hey, and then if you did, if you didn't want somebody, keep calling stuff, you just lift it up and hang it like on the side of the phone, hook it on there. Yeah. Wait for that to go away. Like if you're getting, because I mean, you had bull crap calls back then too, spammy calls. So
what's crazy is that like I'll be sitting there and you don't hear them very often anymore. So it's very, you notice it when it happens, but you hear a busy signal. And you're like,
Yeah.
that's weird. It's a busy signal. And then your kid looks at you and goes, a what?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
There
Yeah.
used to be a thing where it'd go, brr, 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 brr. Oh, I
Yeah.
guess you've never experienced that because there is no such thing anymore. But every once in a while,
we're sorry, but the caller that you were trying to call has not set up.
Now it's a person instead of a signal.
Has not set up their recording yet. Their voicemail. Like, what's a voicemail?
Thank you. Goodbye.
Yeah. Please try again later.
Oh, wow. Lefty still has a rotary phone. I gave up on landlines a long time ago. Well, it's not that long ago. I'm not that old, but.
Yes, you are.
Shut up.
Shut up. Don't make fun of me, jerk. Oh, the boa tank. They had frickin' babies again. I just pulled probably 30 more out, put them over here. So either they really like to have babies, which is possible, or pulling out the shrimplets. Well, I don't pull out shrimplets. I pull out like a little young, like a semi-adult, maybe a little younger. Pull them out, put them in this tank over here. I think that entices them, to have more. It's kind of like with plecos, take the babies away, do a water change or what have you. They have more. I think with shrimp, they slow up when the tank starts to get full. At times they could possibly, but I do notice that they at least that tank, because that's the only one that I'm trying it on. As I take them out, they're having more. So that's pretty cool. Those late night movies that sometimes.
Oh, that's funny.
Sexy woman say, "Call me." Next thing that we call and when the phone bill. Oh yeah, it's 976. Call me, sexy bitch. $300 man, ass whooping. Yeah. My brother did that a couple times. It was something else. Yeah, it was 976. They used to make jokes about that. 976, whatever. You could say whatever you wanted. Any kind of goofy stuff after that.
Yep.
But what's Glitch says my mother still has the busy signal. That's funny. My folks, now see, my parents had the landlines, and then their whole life, and my whole life. Then my father passed away, and then when we moved my mother out of the house, we kept a landline, but it wasn't the same. It was through like a cable company, So then after that, it just kept going cable company. And then the last time we moved her, before we moved her in here, we switched her, and the cable company didn't move the phone number over. So that number that's been there, for all those years, 60, 70 years has now disappeared. So all their friends and everything don't know how to get a hold of them. They can't remember how to get a hold of everybody. And that was a big thing back then. You kept your number, didn't get rid of it. A lot of people these days,
lines.
they get new numbers all the time. You go call somebody, it don't work no more, and you're like, dang, what's going on here? That somebody will call you or put out a mass text. Oh, I lost my phone and I got a new number, eh? And then now you got to reprogram that number in your phone. Yep. It's like, but it's still the same thing. I asked myself, gosh, if I was to change my number, holy heck, because it's just over the years, it's customers, side jobs that I've done, my business cards, for my carpentry business, and everything. It's like, okay, well, all that's out there. Well, if I change the number and these people try to call me, because, well, I don't know. Maybe I'd have to look, but I think I might have my website on there, or I might mean my email, but still, yeah, things kind of didn't change. They more or less just got more expensive.
I think Patrick Hardy was saying something about your hooker moss. Maybe he got enticed to look at it and go push buttons and look at it because of the pictures that are on your website now, your working website now.
Yeah. I'm almost positive Patrick Hardy ordered some moss. Yeah, he did. And another thing I'm going to do, I wanted to say while I was on here. Well, I don't see where Patrick Hardy said that. So you must have just been waiting for a long time to talk about the website. And
well, yeah, you wouldn't stop talking, so I had to find a break somewhere.
Right. What I wanted to say that what I'm going to start doing is if people buy or order shrimp, I'm going to start giving away like portions of Sawashi tank because I have so much of it. And I just figure that I might as well share it instead of,
the kindness of your heart.
Well, it's that or it's the trash can because you can only take so much stores. And I'd rather give it to customers than throw it away. I mean, they are spending their hard-earned money. So, I always like free stuff. Huh?
Use it as insulation.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't have that much.
What's this? I called a party line, which ended up being a Jamaican number and charged like $75 on my mom's phone bill. She was not happy. Oh, I remember I called Leah Jet. I texted Leah Jet, and for her to text me back, I guess it was expensive just to text, to Canada and stuff. Because she got her bill and it showed it. It's a lot. I was like, what? Just a text from country to country costs that much? So, yeah, you probably want to check if you're texting someone, in another country to make sure that it doesn't cost you $3-4 per text. It's crazy stuff. Voicemail when it came out. Call one day.
Can you talk about shrimp genetics? What makes more value to shrimp? What's your take on that, Mr. Motor City Aquatics?
More value to shrimp. I think it all just comes down to color and design. It's kind of like cars. It's I don't know. I think it's what's hot at the time. Like they say, everyone likes red and blue. So then it's
it depends on what the trend is, the latest, and right now I think that's the boas, the really purple, especially with the bluish color in them. So that's what seems to be right now the big trend. Everybody's looking for those boas
and the metallics. Like a lot of metallics and the boas. But see, that's the thing. It's like anything. The minute somebody says, hey, this is the hot thing right now, then everybody's like, it is. Oh, I gotta have it. So it's kind of it's just it's trendy, like clothes, like anything.
But as far as genetics go, I think some of the things that makes more value to most of the shrimp and most of the shrimpers are the leg coloration, whether it's a solid color or the spider leg pattern, and then the opacity or opacity, however you want to say it, opaqueness of the shell coloring, whether it's the red, the white, the black, the blues, and how consistent it is. I think all of those things are what genetically breeders are looking to improve on, whether it is spider legs or the red coloration or super reds, full bodied colors or stuff like that. So genetically, that's why it takes so long to develop strains and stabilize them.
Yeah, and I think one of the other biggest ones is the shell thickness.
Yeah, the shell thickness. And I think that's where the opacity or whatever, the opaqueness of the shell comes in play. If it's a really healthy, thick shell, it'll be darker colors or brighter colors.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on, Luke?
Hello. I just came down here to get my dad's phone.
Okay, there you go.
My computer.
the other part of the value of the shrimp is that some of those shrimp, like what I had on my stream a few weeks ago, the Galaxy Fishbone shrimp, you start getting into high dollar because those genetics are so pure. I mean, you know, when you get a Vin shrimp that the genetics are strong. So yeah, knowing that, it puts more value in the shrimp, knowing where it comes from. Line stability. And I could sit there and develop that over years and years of breeding and selective culling. But I think sometimes you need to go ahead and, like I've done it before, spent $200 on one single shrimp because I wanted to put that genetics into my line and hopefully increase the value of the shrimp that I already had, if that makes any sense.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it's like to do with anything. Probably what Aquaballs does with the snakes. You know, it gets snakes that have the most spots, the best color. You know, lifespan. You know, I think people try to get all that incorporated. Like fishbone pattern. You know, that's a lot. You got patterns, color, thickness of shell, legs. And then like
eyes.
The dark
orange eyes are a big thing right now. They're trending.
Yeah, but like how they have like red King Kongs, and then they have wine red King Kongs. It's just a shade of red that somebody says, "Wow, this looks like wine," and then they're trying to get that more. But yeah, genes are big even when it comes to breeding, how fast they'll reproduce, if they'll throw. Like if you're doing neocardinas, if they'll throw some kind of, lower quality, lower grade, like if you have Blue Dreams and they're throwing, clear or really or a dark head or a dark tail, they just look blotchy. You know, those are lower grade.
Well, let's see. Patrick Hardy said he ordered some fire red shrimp last year from eBay seller, and now they're kicking out clear color with red lines and clear see-through for some reason. And that's going to happen sometimes because especially if they're any of the red shrimp. I mean, that's why the fire reds are just different than the cherry reds. You'll see it in the cherry reds a lot that they'll start to get kind of clear and not so reddish.
Yeah,
whereas the fire reds are redder, but they will start throwing some of those, and that's where you got to pull those out and throw them in a Skittles tank or something, or a coal tank, because if not, then that'll mix in, and then the color of your fire red isn't fire red anymore. You kind of destabilize it. It happens with any of the neos. That's why you got to stay on top of your culling. And like I said before, I've seen them get their saddles fertilized before, and I think it's a weird that there'll be 4 or 5 different males that will get a turn at fertilizing that female. And that's why I think it's so important to do culling early as much as possible, but you got to know that the males, especially in neos, are going to not have as much coloration as the females. So it's kind of difficult sometimes, but it could be 4 or 5 different males that fertilizes those eggs. And that's why we get such a variety of fry that come out sometimes that you're like, why is it throwing these clear ones? And why is it throwing this one with spots? Well, it could be from 2 or 3 different males. At least that's what I've seen. I don't know if that's fact. So don't, hold me to it and call me out on it months from now. But that's just what I've seen. So that's kind of what I think is happening.
Yeah, it's I think it all comes down to calls. But if you do have higher grade shrimp, the likeliness of you producing clears and reallys and stuff like that are less.
Correct.
But that's, I don't want to sit here and go, well, that's what you get for ordering them off of eBay.
No, 'cause I don't believe that's the case.
I don't either. I just think that people, I think that all people, without the right knowledge of shrimp, look, they breed, their shrimp explode in their tank, and they're like, hey, let's start selling them on eBay, and maybe they're not the ones that are actually culling in the first place, and that's why. When you get what you get, the gene's a little weaker and it's not producing so well because the person you got them from wasn't working on, because they were just enjoying them in their tank, and then figured, well, hey, if I can make a couple dollars off it, I will. And then they're selling shrimp that you have to work on instead of just putting them in a tank and going, wow, these are great. You actually go, oh, wow, they're a little light. So then you have to kind of bring them back to where they were, which is, to me, it's a lot of fun.
Yes, exactly. That's the fun of it. But that happens, especially if people get too excited and they start selling off their F1s, thinking, hey, I got a bunch of shrimp, so I'm going to sell these. And then those F1s might not be complete. They might be a little bit of mutts that they're carrying, mutt genes, I guess you would call it. And then they go and they breed, and the next thing you know, you start seeing some that are getting a little lighter or starting to form really patterns, or every once in a while you'll get a wild one in there. But that's, you got to go through and pick them out.
Mine.
It's the same thing with Caradinas too, though. I mean, I have a tank with Galaxy Pintos and Fishbone Pintos. I mean, so they're together because I want more of the Fishbone pattern bred into the red Galaxies. They're basically the same shrimp, just one has a distinct Fishbone pattern and the other one, it's not so distinct, and the stripes are more random. But you could end up with the boa pattern out of that too.
Yeah, it's when it comes down to, well, really anything, but when you're messing with patterns instead of just colors, it's a roll of the dice, because you might just do it one time and then be so surprised at what you get, and you're like, oh my gosh, when at other times you might have to do a few generations to get what you're looking for. But it's I think that's the fun of it, because you can mess with the depth of the color, how deep you want the color to be. You can try to pull out more males, get your males out of there so your females are more relaxed and have more babies, and they're not so picked on and attacked, to get buried up. There's just so many things that you can play with when it comes to really anything in the hobby. But when it comes to design, I think that's the biggest thing, because now you're looking at spots, lines, horizontal this, vertical that, legs with bands on them instead of just colored. There's a lot. So when you get to genetics, I think it may even go further than genetics, because you have genetics, but then you're pushing stronger design with the genetics. Like I say, with the colored legs, and it's just how shiny the shell is and how strong it is, and how thick it is. So that's another reason why you may actually look on somebody's website or something that breeds shrimp, and go, wow, their prices are more than the pet store or somebody on eBay or something. Well, because if they're home breeding and doing their own selective culling, then they're the ones that are building that gene up for you. And when you get them, they'll be strong.
Right.
And now it'll just be like, take out what you want, take it in the direction that you enjoy, instead of what the person who you bought them from enjoys, so
that's kind of like with my extreme blues. I have them priced a little bit, they're a little bit pricey, but at the same time I put a lot of work into it, to get to that point to where when somebody gets them, they don't have to put in the work that I did. They're already starting off with a pretty solid blue color that, you know, I love it. So, but that's me. And I don't want to devalue the work that I put into it. And I don't think other people do either. You know, it's one of those things because I'm going to have 5 or 6 tanks of shrimp that all came from these blues because I'm getting different colors, different patterns. There's different things about this shade of blue versus that shade of blue. And so I kind of want to work with that. So that way I have various options of blue bolts or extreme blues or blue steels or maybe even reds or solid whites. I'm seeing some of those start to pop out now too.
Yeah, it's see, here we go. Freaking sorry, no Iraq in here. Gotta go. I don't know, it's just disrespectful. Now here's the other thing I want to bring up too. There's haters out there that are gonna hate all day long, and tell you that imported shrimp are no good. They carry disease. They do this. They got alibiops. They blah blah blah. But almost everyone says that that's where the best shrimp come from are the imported shrimp because they're the strongest. They got the most color. They're huge. You know, and everything about them's super important. Now, here's the thing. Where did everybody get their shrimp from in the first place? They didn't go to the stream down the street to go get them.
Nope.
So they had to be imported. So it's some part of the world, everywhere somebody with shrimp had to buy shrimp that no matter how far down the line, they were imported. So imported shrimp are incredible. They're super strong. They're super hardy. I mean, they're great. Look, if they weren't, guess what? Flip Aquatics would be a sunken ship. Joe's Shrimp Shack would be a sunken ship. Imported shrimp are not bad. They
I think that's the other thing too. We've gotten, or not we particularly, but the industry itself has gotten so much better because of all of the problems they had when shrimp were first becoming a thing and they were learning about importing them. And then now we've learned over the years that the importing process, shipping the shrimp, stresses them out a little bit. And of course, they become susceptible to all kinds of bacterial diseases and funguses like that. But they're getting better and better and better at shipping these shrimp in a manner that the illnesses and diseases and all of that stuff is greatly and vastly reduced. So as long as everybody's mindful of it and they're all doing the right things to not ship out sick shrimp, then I think over time that it's kind of not going away. It'll never go away because I think the stress just for fish too. That's why fish get ick, because they get stressed out. It's not because we're doing anything wrong. It's just a part of what happens. But I think it's getting better all the way around, especially with shrimp. The quality is better. The stability of the lines is way better. You know, the knowledge of people handling the shrimp is way better.
Yes, I do, Bob. I just go live and say F it. That's the type of guy I am. I run on the cuff. That's it. I'm a go-to cat. I don't do all that stuff. I'm just like, hey, I'm here. If anybody shows up, then they're doing the same thing I am and sitting around. But you know, it comes down to fish. Look, pet stores still order their fish. They import their fish. They import everything. Everybody imports everything. People at home, hobbyists breed at their home. And if you can get lucky to buy from them, then you do. But everybody imports. All these businesses import. So what's the difference with fish? Is it you don't like where they're coming from? That bothers you? Or, you know, is it just I don't understand why there's such an issue when fish come in sick. My buddy's store, he orders fish, and his whole saltwater, they come in dead because they didn't put heat packs in it. So there you go, or they show up sick, they show up deformed, all sorts of stuff. But when it comes to shrimp, it's like a big deal. Imported shrimp, they're sick and they're this and that. Well, the thing is like Papa Shrimp says, they have to get better, because if the the breeders in Taiwan and Germany and everything, the ones that are doing this, if they don't have better quality, no one's going to buy from them, and they'll be sitting on these garbage shrimp forever. So they have to figure out on their end how to make it so Elabiopsidae and bacteria and all that they don't show themselves, and they can be dealt with, and the temperatures don't change as much and freak them out as bad when they're being shipped. And so the only other thing that it comes down to is, I just don't, I guess I don't get it, why it's such a big deal that we import shrimp, why it's such a huge ordeal that it's voodoo that shrimp are imported. I don't know. Blue Crown, who sponsors me, has incredible shrimp. For those who do not know, Blue Crown, Robbie is Taiwanese. Shrimp come from Taiwan. Robbie goes over there to see this stuff and see where he's getting shrimp from. He has so many connections over there that he can move from here to here to here. If somebody's having an issue, he can bump to his other guy and get the same shrimp. He's got all this stuff. He does not allow shrimp to go out that show up in bad shape. If he sees Elabiopsidae, he's on it immediately. I don't even know when. I think I got it from him in one shrimp like 2 years ago. But they keep the percentage up. They want the highest grade shrimp. And guess what? If you don't have it, you don't do business. That's just how it is. You sit over there on these shrimp that you're breeding, and you have to sell them out to people who don't care. But come in here, at least for Blue Crown doesn't deal with garbage, and they don't sell sick shrimp. So shrimp do get sick, and they can, when they come in, not show anything. And then you could still sit on them for 30 days and, make sure they're doing good, and then send them, and then they could show stuff. That's why even Flip says, hey, look, when I send them to you, if you have an issue within a week, let me know, because that's more stress that's coming on them, and stuff can happen. So with anything, shipping a fish can die. A fish can show up and die in your tank that day, and you're like, oh my God, what happened? This fish is garbage. Well, no, the postman could have punted it like it was a football, not carrying, or threw it to a guy in the truck and said, here, put this in. And it was just too much, and it caused so much stress, and it killed it. So when it comes to importing and buying stuff from people that import, look, Predatory Fins imports all their stuff. All these big, huge places import all these fish, import discus, you name it. Look, Hans discus. How does Hans stay open? How does all these people stay open if importing is so bad? It's not a fear. Don't be afraid of it anymore. Don't stay away from it. Just the thing is if you're going to import, find your person that has connections to somebody who imports, that has incredible top-notch, top quality stuff. Whatever it is you're getting, fish to you name it. Even snails. As silly as it sounds, you can get some trash that'll just die on you.
Or even plants, man. You can get some plants that bring in all kinds of crap you don't want.
All kinds of garbage, yes.
And I guarantee you they're not all homegrown. All of these plants you're getting, they're not all homegrown.
Well, no, Boost isn't grown in people's tanks. Boost is not a super fast grower. They're even saying that where Boost is grown, it's disappearing.
We gave Bob Moss a video idea.
Well, there you go.
Good. See?
Yeah. Hit it up.
We're not just educational. We're inspirational.
See, look, Bob Moss said he had scuds for 1.5 years because of shitty imports. It's just that's
Or
what I'm saying.
importers.
There's a lot of people out there. I mean, I get messages. Get this. I get messages from people in other countries saying, hey, I'm so-and-so, and I do this, that, and the other. And it's just like, Jimmy Joe Bob is in a whole nother country wanting to sell me stuff from a whole nother country. I don't know this guy. I don't know nothing about him, and those are chances I don't want to take. So a company like Blue Crown, he does all the footwork. He does everything. So when we offer stuff, anything like that, it's always done. All the footwork's done already. And people don't look at people like that and give them the credit and go, oh, wow, that guy, he's the one that's taking the loss. He's the guy who orders 40,000 shrimps. And, they could all come dead or sick or something. And then he's got to reorder. And, he's the one that's taking the hit.
Right.
And I think that importers are not given enough credit for what they do. Fish, everything, because they're the ones that wash them out, get all the gunk out of them, all the ammonia water, everything, get them repackaged the best they can and send them out to you so they'll be as healthy as possible. So, I mean, like I said, stores, big box stores, little people like me, big people like Flip, you name it, they're where they are due to importers. I'm sure Flip's gotten imports that were garbage, and he is very upset over it. And, it is what it is. But over the years and over time, you work hard at getting and dealing with people that want to sell so much and earn your trust because they have good quality. So,
right.
If anything, it's just, I don't know. I just hear a lot. It seems like it's the voodoo that never goes away. It seems like everyone that speaks about it, the people that I don't know why you don't let it go. It's just an import. It's an imported animal. That's how you get them. Lizards.
I mean, that's the whole thing is that if we could somehow get good enough at breeding and doing it in a more productive manner and more people work together to do it, we would have less need to rely on imports. But it doesn't mean that we will never rely on imports, because those guys on the other side of the world are years ahead of us in the way they do things. And we're basically getting their culls. We're, not always getting their top grade select imports that they're shipping over here. They basically give us what they don't want to continue breeding or cultivating for them, because they love their shrimp. I promise you, they love their shrimp just as much as we do, and they don't want to send it to us Americans. Heck no. But we get their culls by the thousands and millions. We get their culls. So we have to learn how to get good enough that we don't have to rely on it so much. But yes, if I see something like Vin comes up with something, or Master Ho, or anybody that on the other side of the world that comes up with something that I really want, I'll pay the money for it, because all I need is one or two of them and start building that genetics in my stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, and well, something people need to understand too. 1,000 geckos. Hey, good seeing you. Yeah, it's been a minute. I'm glad to see you're back. Thank you. One thing everyone needs to realize, which I'm sure everyone does, is these animals don't grow here. They don't come from here, And here's the thing: is you bring them to the United States. I mean, I hate to say it, but it's like trial and error. You put it in a tank or you put it in a cage, whatever type of animal it is. And if it dies, guess what? You did it wrong. So you got to get more. And that's how the business and the trade is. That's how it runs, trial and error. People get it, it dies, they get more. Get it, dies, it gets more. It's like Tetris. Look it up. Google where neon Tetris come from. you'll see these people go out there and they scooping them up out of these rivers and stuff. And that's how a lot of them come here. It used to be big business for Neon Tetris. But it's like, yeah, I mean, no one says, hey, don't import Neon Tetris, breed them all. Well, you can't keep up. You just can't keep up. If people know that you have a really, really, really good product, like, hey, look, I got a secret. I'm going to tell you this. Now, don't let anyone know. But all of my shrimp were imported at some time. I imported all of them.
What?
Don't
you
tell
didn't get them out of a pond in your backyard?
No, I wasn't able to. So they were all imported. Everything I have. Everything.
Don't tell your other shrimp.
I won't. But see, look, how many people trust Flip Aquatics? How many people trust Rob and buy thousands of shrimp off of that guy? Because he has a great quality.
I don't know how many thousands of dollars I've spent with Flip Aquatics.
Tons and tons, because he's worked very hard, to get a type of shrimp that is something he can rely on and his customers can rely on. And he backs his stuff up. So, why would you not go with the obvious? Like I said, hey, if you can get them homebred, get them homebred. That's great. But don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of the voodoo of, like, what we were talking the other day about, like, when I first got into the hobby. When I was a child, my dad got our first tank, and the pet store or the fish store, my LFS said, yeah, here's a gravel vac, and here's a suction, and here's this, and here you got to polish every stone once a week and make sure there's not a bit of poop in it and clean all the algae off the glass. And you're like, man, just doesn't seem like it works very well. The fish don't seem happy. Just doesn't seem like, things work very well, and then, 30 years later, they're like, gravel vac, what? You need that stuff to have plant slips. So it's all this stuff that was taught over the years that a lot of it's never changed, because there's so many people that were in the hobby, let's say 20, 30 years ago, that were told these things and that are just coming back into the hobby now going, ooh, what can I get? Do I have to clean this substrate? All this? Ooh, they poop. So how many can I have? Plants? What? I don't buy them plastic things and just stick them. I mean, those are real easy. I didn't know about plants when I was younger. So it's like Scuba Steve-O. It's like
Monster Fish Gal.
It's like, what? Why was this told? Was it for money? Was it they didn't know back then?
Well,
why?
The other part of it is like, because I used to watch Rob's videos all the time, and I went back and watched the videos when he was first starting off, and everything that he was trying to do was all geared towards 100% bred in the USA, and that was his business plan, 100% bred in the USA. And then as his business grew, he couldn't keep up with it. Well, I promise you, if we start selling at the numbers that we want to sell at, we cannot keep up with home breeding quantities. We just can't. You can't keep up with it if people buy 50 of them at a pop once a week. You get 2 or 3 50-piece orders. You can't keep up with it, with home breeding, unless you have 10 tanks of each strength. Then maybe you can keep up with it. But, it's too hard, I think, at this point, with our level of skill and understanding of shrimp genetics, and all the things that go into it, to be able to mass produce shrimp and, like I said, just not rely on imports. That's too much work, I think, for we got to utilize imports. And I just think they've gotten better, and they're going to continue to get better, because the importers do not want to tarnish their names that they're building.
Hey,
We
and
are
here's
going to
the
see
other
better health. We're going to
thing.
see better genetics. We're going to see better colors and everything. The foods, the bacterias, and all the products to go with it. It's getting better and better.
Oh yeah. It's just like when it comes to, like, let's say a fish like rainbow fish. Rainbow fish take a very, very, very long time to grow. So a lot of people like myself are I don't like to wait. So if I don't know somebody personally that has something, oh, I'm gonna order it. I'll go to my store and be like, look, import this for me. Order it from wherever you got to.
Yep.
Can you get it?
Yep.
And
I know the risks I'm taking when I do it,
yeah.
and I understand it. If I'm too uneducated to take whatever I buy that's imported and just throw it in my aquarium, then that's my fault. I still, no matter what, and even with my plants that haven't learned, I haven't learned yet, but still, I make the mistake of not quarantining my plants, or this. We have to do a better quarantine process here at this level, I think, and we won't see as many problems. I think the stories of I bought an import shrimp, put it in my tank, and I lost the damn entire colony. Well, you're bad for doing that, I guess, but quarantine, you know. I don't, even if it's not an import, even if it's, but they all have to be imports at some point. So that's kind of hard to say. So yeah, it doesn't matter if they're homebred or not. I'm still going to quarantine them. I'm not going to put them in a tank with a bunch of shrimp already. At least not for a month or two until I know that there's nothing wrong with these shrimp.
Yeah, there's a few things that growing up, probably in the time that I've had, in the years that I grew up, seeing in pet stores, when you go in there, excuse me, you'd see a lot of dead goldfish, feeder fish, and stuff, and then meeting my friend who owns his store and hanging out in there for as many years as I had, or that I do, and he tells me the secrets, some things behind types of imports. But the only things that still I watch out for is that I kind of stay away from is imported guppies. Because they show up in stores, they don't do very well. Some of the things, no matter, he's got 28 years experience in it, and they show up and they still die. And because like a lot of people, $30 before long. A lot of people, a lot of stores, stores are just like us. So when you go to the store and you go buy something, or when the store orders something for their tanks, they want a plop and drop. They need a plop and drop. They don't have time to be messing around with acclimating, testing waters, this and that. Look, I need it for fresh water. It's got to go in my fresh water. And if you put it in your fresh water and that day they're dying and, you lose the whole batch in a few days, it just lets you know that the gene of that fish isn't strong, and wherever they're being bred, they're not a strong animal. So, and then if we go to the store and we buy something and then we bring it home, it's kind of the same thing. They imported it. They got it from wherever. They were able to barely keep them alive. We go in there, we see them wiggling, going, oh, hey, look at those. They're cute. And you buy them, you take them home, and they die.
Yep.
I think guppies are probably one of, there's a lot of nano fish, but there's so many people that love guppies. For me to get guppies, I don't think I'll ever buy them out of a pet store. I'll always go to a home breeder, or somebody that buys them off of home breeders, something like that. Or a Flip Aquatics if he carries them or something, because they go through, there's a list that they go through a checklist, okay, are these living past a week? Do they live past 30 days? This, how do they show up, and all this and that. And I don't know many pet stores that get past that. It's kind of why people go into Petco and go, oh my gosh, I bought a fish from Petco and it died. Well, I mean, not for nothing, but they just buy it through a wholesaler dude who goes around and buys stuff up from everywhere and probably doesn't care two craps about where he gets it from. He just wants to be able to stock those shelves. So that'd probably be, one of my scariest fish that I would buy in a store that I wouldn't trust. I would want to get my guppies from a breeder. Because I went to a store, Petco. I had a whole tank full of beautiful, gorgeous guppies from Chubby Guppy. It was in Luke's tank. Their breed wouldn't stop breeding. And I went to the store and I bought some, it was my fault, but I bought some guppies up there that I wanted, some cobra guppies. I put them in the tank, didn't quarantine them, put them in there, and they had that worm stuff in their guts. And I mean, it's disgusting, but as it comes out of them, the other fish are going up and eating it and everything. So it just it attacked the whole tank. I had to kill everything that was in it because they were all sick. It just ruined everything. And my son, he's like, I don't even want it anymore. So I had to get rid of the tank. So it's
well, I'm still, because I know like Jay Oliver, he does really well with his guppies and he imports a lot. So I talked to him about that because when I was with Jason and we're getting guppies from Sam, I mean, there was why would I even want to buy anything imported when we were getting the kind of guppies that Jason and I were getting from Sam? They're just beautiful guppies. So, and they're homebred. So that's why I would stick with those. But at the same time, I see somebody like Jay Oliver, who I know cares about his reputation and the fish that he's selling and keeping. So I'm kind of interested about seeing some of those guppies, and he said he was going to send me a trio or two, but he hasn't. He's been so busy. So hopefully here in the next couple of weeks or so, maybe I get my hands on them and just check them out and see how they do, because I'm interested to see. He can't be that successful with what he's doing, bringing in a bunch of crap. So I'm still on the fence about import guppies, homebred guppies. I mean, at some point, the guppies that are brought in are imported, but then you have somebody like Sam, who's a mad scientist with his guppy genetics, and he knows how to mix them to produce certain colors, certain fin styles, and everything. And that's where it's like, yeah, I'll let you import them and then give me the end result. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's kind of one of those things.
He's got a nice Stephen P's got a really nice guppy tank. I like that one. Driftwood Aqua Studio, welcome.
Matt, did you send me some imports, UMF?
Yeah. He's got Steven's got a really nice tank. That's what I'm saying. It's as fast as guppies breed, try to get them from friends, people in the hobby. But I do know that, it's like when it comes to shrimp, I know that shrimp can be, how do I say it, taken too far. I've watched some shrimp breeders that actually, Monica Polar that designed the Dancing Man that I have. She has videos out to where she says that she's tried, to design certain types of shrimp, and she'll mix this, and she drags it out so far that she's bred so much together that she's actually made the shrimp weak, and it'll just die off. So she knows that she's taken it too far. So there's a lot out there that we got to pay attention to, but there's a lot that we don't need to be afraid of anymore. I think that's a big deal. So
yeah, just like Mississippi said, I call it the oops-a-daisy also, because it's just easier to say than Elabiopsidae. Well, not really. It's about the same now, but the oops-a-daisy disease. Even when I was there working at Flip Aquatics, there was a
Craig,
daily check on every shrimp in every tank, because I did it myself every day when I went into work. That was what I did. And if I found any shrimp out of the, let's say there's 1,600 shrimp in a 125, any of those, if there was any sick ones, I'd pull them out and we put them in a medicated tank. But it was never, oh, there's the oops-a-daisy on that shrimp. We got to kill the whole colony. We got to wipe it out, because it never was. And since we were checking them daily, there was very limited opportunity for a shrimp to die with Elabiopsidae, and then the other shrimp eat that shrimp and catch it themselves. So, but I didn't see very many. I mean, out of the thousands and thousands of shrimp that were in the Flip Aquatics facility, we might have 30 shrimp in the medicated tank with Elabiopsidae, and it's coming off because of the medicine that he was using. So I'm not so scared of it anymore. It doesn't freak me out. I've seen it for myself, being there at Flip, that the import shrimp aren't coming in as bad as people may think they used to. Maybe they did at one time, but I think they're getting better, or maybe they're just dying and we don't ever see them by the time they get to us. Who knows? But I think it's just like ick with fish. Any of those bacterial infections or funguses, it's brought on by stress, which is also brought on by the shipping process.
see, and I'm proud to be American. Us to the place I call home. But again, people like that breed. I mean that quarantine before they sell. Just like aquarium co-op. You quarantine. You find a sickness. Let's say you find a bacterial issue. Well, they're the ones that are throwing medications at it. They're the ones that are testing out what kills it. They're the ones that are, getting it checked when it dies to see what it is, or find out if it's gram negative, gram positive, or what caused it. So, and those people, people like that, I don't even think that they get the what's the word I'm looking for? The attention that they should, and the thanks for everything that they do for the hobby, because a lot of the information I have on bacteria with shrimp and stuff is from Flip. But it's not cheap for them, to try to fix it. Look, like Jerry says, he pulls out ones. He might get 1 or 2 out of 1,000 shrimp that have Elabiopsidae. You put it in a tank, but now they're coming up with a medicine that they've been working on for years to kill this issue. To say, okay, guess what? Breeding shrimp at home is really cool because you can work on designs. But let's just say neos, we can import super high grade neos all day, and we don't have to worry about it because we have medicines. I sell Temacare. That helps kill the or stop it from showing itself. It keeps it at bay, so it doesn't come out. But people they're like scientists. They don't want to lose their business. They don't want to lose their customers, so they work all day to figure it out and bring us this info on how to take care of this stuff, so we don't go, oh, Motor City's got terrible stuff. We get it and it dies. Well, no. Because if it's going to die for you, then all the stuff in my tanks right now would be dead, Right. So, it's just a fear that I had to get over too. I was like, ooh, imported. What's this? Ooh, this ugly, crazy looking green stuff. oh, I don't want that. It's going to destroy my tanks. And, it's just some crazy stuff that, it's true. I mean, it's not that it's not, but everything out there has a issue that we deal with in the aquatics world, even out of the aquatics, lizards, geckos, dogs. We have to pets at itself. We have to deal with all the time. It's just a lot of things that we're not afraid of anymore. That we used to be afraid of. Mixed breeds. I mean, look at like pit bulls. Pit bulls were looked at as one of the most aggressive, meanest dogs there are. And now, they've been preaching for years. Oh, it's just how you bring it up. It's how you bring it up. If you train it to be a house dog, that's what it'll do. And these dogs just lick all over babies and kids all day. They're just incredible things. So it's like so many things that we have to look back and say, no more. We're not going to, deal with it. We're not going to believe it anymore. And that's just the way it is,
Hey, Patrick, just so you know, the Lemia that you're seeing on the Stock My Tank website, those aren't from my store. So I don't sell those. But if you want to buy them, go ahead. The Stock My Tank is kind of like Dan's Fish. So it's various different vendors. If you want to go to my page specifically, it's stockmytank.com/store/papa-shrimp.
What's Lemia?
Yeah.
What's Lemia?
It's a live bearer, kind of like from the Molly Platy family.
Yeah, I'm not a Molly Platy kind of guy.
I used to be.
I've had them here and there. They were kind of cool and cute. They kind of look like their faces kind of look like
Get gills, not dance fish. You know what I meant. Thank you, Matt, for the correction. Very good catch. That was my intention. I wanted to see if anybody was awake.
Yeah, Patty will never be banned here. Patty's type of peeps.
I don't know. She called me a murderer the other night when I said calling. When I was trying to explain difference in calling, she called me a murderer. I thought it was funny.
Selectively breeding.
Yes.
I'm even banned at a user chipmunk channel. Imagine that. Wow. Yeah, you'll never get banned here. Don't worry about it, Patty. We like your flair here.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yep, Patty, Vinny. It's good to well, serious. It's good to have
levity
opinions. I like opinionated people. It doesn't mean you're bad. Hey, your opinion, it means as much to me as everyone else's. So if you think a certain way or anybody thinks a certain way on here, that's excellent. That's what this whole conversation stuff's about. Question and answers. And we learn from everybody, even if it's about government, Patty. I'm good with it all. I don't care.
No, I don't want to talk government. You did enough of that this morning. It was like waking up to see and face the nation or something.
No, I'm not saying I want to talk about government, but if it's brought up, I don't want to answer with it. I don't go, oh, okay, we got to shut the stream off. No.
Well, of course, I've been having sleep issues, so I didn't fall asleep until like 5 this morning. And then I woke up and went to turn on my coffee pot and was wiping my eyes and opened up my laptop and saw that you were streaming. And I was like, wow, he's streaming so early. And then I looked and it was like 12:30 my time. I was like, oops.
Yeah.
So I was just drinking my coffee, waking up, and I hear everybody, or I read everybody chatting and talking about government this and politics that. And I was just like, oh, no. Hey, Brian, can shrimp survive 100% water change?
But see, here's the thing is, when we started to stream, it was one thing. It started to veer off, but it's I don't know. I like when Vinny is kind of like backing up why his opinion is something. It's funny to me. It's really funny, and it takes a break from the whole conversation. So if we veer off for a minute and then we come back, I just find it funny because then like you get Patty jumps in and Patty gives her opinion and then it might shake the bee's nest for a minute, but I think that's what makes a good stream a good stream. No one's afraid to step over a boundary or put their hand past a rope and, oh, I can't say this or I'm afraid to say, look, like I said, we love everybody in here. We love you for being part of the Motor City Aquatics family. It's just incredible that, our family and friends have expanded so much to where, we're almost 800 people. And it's humbling at times, for that. So for me to go, well, I'd rather not talk about that. It's kind of, I want you on here for who you are, not because you stay within the lines.
Right.
I mean,
Well,
I
you're
don't
not
want
a
you
color in
being
the lines guy.
Yeah, I don't want you being disrespectful, but no one on here ever is. Patty's like my pit bull on here, she just, I mean, it's just hilarious at times how she'll go off and check somebody and put them in place. And, I let it go. She's a grown
Almost
with
paying out that $30. Yep. He's getting closer and closer. Ain't he?
Oh, I
$7.89. Woohoo! Everybody subscribe. Hit that like and subscribe. Especially if you're not. Well, I think everybody here is subbed, but if you're not, create some more accounts, some fake accounts, and go sub to Motor City Aquatics.
No, that's as bad as me buying them like people do. Why would I don't want to buy
right?
I don't want to buy my subs. But hit 1,000, I'll be glad to pay out $30. I don't have an issue with it. So
you're gonna get there before me, so you lose.
No, I told you I could start putting everybody on the back burner. Click, 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 click. You didn't sub to me. No, you didn't. Yeah, see, Justice Stanley says, let me unsubscribe so I can resub. Yeah.
And then what's funny is
Ricky says, yes, get some burner accounts.
Right. But the YouTube counter thing, I don't know if it's the same on everybody else's, but it keeps saying there's a little exclamation mark or something that says that the YouTube count for subscribers has been not correct. So they're working on fixing it.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's I like creeping, like Aquaball says, he's stuck at 921, but Aquaball's I don't know. I just like channels that tough it out. And then once they hit 1,000, it's super cool. It's not like I don't know. It's just really neat to watch somebody's numbers grow, and you're like, wow, everyone's that comes here because they like what you do, and I mean, look, I'm not going to argue if 20 people come on here because 20 other people asked them to come on here, but I would really enjoy it if you liked my content and watched the shows. It makes. I mean, if I have 1,000 subscribers and I have 5 people in the chat, how did I get to 1,000 subscribers? I don't understand.
Well, I like it that, especially when we stream together.
Yeah,
most of the people make comments about how they enjoy it and they like the way that we do our streams. And then, hey, you gained a new sub because I like what you guys are doing. So that I'd much rather have that one sub that says something like that than 10 subs that are just subbing just to sub.
Yeah. I like we do get a lot of positive comments, but we get way more people watching on your channel because you do those real cool thumbnails and stuff. I don't attract people that way.
If you want, I can make you some thumbnails, Brian.
Yeah, that would be so cool. Thank you, Gary.
$5 a pop.
Oh, you son of a bitch. So when I hit 1,000, I'll owe you 70. Yep, subs don't equal views. Lots of channels out there who have thousands of subscribers and no audience. Correct. Yeah. Like I said, hitting 1,000, that's a milestone that it's just going to be super, super cool. And I know that I worked hard and earned it all.
Exactly. That's why I used to, especially when I was at like 200 and 300 subs, I used to always say I like being a small channel because more people know the name Papa Shrimp than are subbed to my channel. And I like it that way because the subs that I'm getting, I feel like they're organic, they're homegrown or homebred subs versus, like you said, just people subbing just to sub because somebody told them and then they never watch your channel.
Right. I look at it like, starting when I get 2 subscribers. I mean, when I got past my wife and Luke as my first 2 subscribers, it was pretty exciting, and then, more and more people started to come on. But being found as a new YouTuber, I think is the hardest part because you're trying to get into a niche that has big whales running it. So, when you get in there and you want your streams to be, to where people see them, they don't see it because they're seeing everyone else's stuff, so it takes quite a while for your stuff to get up there and be seen. Or you just get so lucky that when you get in, YouTube just plasters you all over the place. I've seen it happen with some streams, but they're incredible channels, and they went to 1,000 in like 2 months. But they're cool, really, really cool fish channels, But I can't remember the name of the one. But it's a younger guy, let's say, young adult. But he started off with a rack and then another rack and then another rack. So
who else wants to make the same joke? Yeah, no homegrown subs, not imports.
Need homegrown subs. Yeah, there you go. Not them import subs. Right. Yeah, because it's like when you hear somebody buy their subscribers, I mean, I'm like shocked. I'm like, really? You bought subscribers so you could hit 1,000? That's it's
and that was before you needed 4,000 watch hours too.
Yeah,
I know that was a big thing back in the day, and I think it still is in some cases where people buy subs, but I think you see it. You have to be able to see it in your analytics and everything, to where you have all these subs, but maybe you do a stream and you only have like 20 viewers, but you have 15,000 subs. Well, they're not real subs if they're not watching you,
right?
But then you get it the other way around, where you see stuff and it's like, how did that one video get 500,000 views? It's mind-boggling. But hey, thumbnails are a big one, I guess, because I've been known to look at something and then I see something that makes my eyes go, ooh, click. I don't even care what the topic is. It's just the thumbnail is like, ooh.
No, correct. Yeah.
And then it starts coming up in my feeds, recommended for you. And I'm like, I don't want to watch that. Oh, yeah, I clicked on that one video that one time.
Yeah. Well, YouTube says one of the biggest things for streams is, for videos, get attention to your videos, is a thumbnail. I don't do thumbnails. I'll just put a picture on it or something. But, believe me, it's taken this long because of how I run my channel, because I stream when I can. I stream when I'm comfortable to do it. I don't run on a daily schedule. I am my own leader. I do my own thing. I am my own man, it's like, and that's why things take me the time that they do, but that's fine. I'm not in a huge hurry. So I just enjoy coming on here and talking to people. It's so much fun. And when I get a sub here and there, it's just, it's incredible. But my subs have been blowing up so much lately. It's just shocking. So, but I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Shut your pie hole. I'll give you one sub for a handshake and a fresh pineapple. How's my thumbnail from today's video? I think it might be too busy. I don't know. It's I don't think I don't thumbnails I think are cool. Busy thumbnails I think are cool. What I don't care for is all the hoopla that comes when you go to click on somebody's stream and then all of a sudden it's like this big Vegas show and all this stuff's going on. And I'm like, wait a minute, this is just freaking YouTube. I'm on here to see a show. I think that can be way too busy. The big 30-second countdown and then all this other stuff. I mean, I'm not saying it looks bad, but that'll turn me off. I'll click on it, see that, and I'll fast forward or I'll just get out of it. I'm like, I don't want to see it. I don't have time. I don't have time to see it. Like if I start a stream and I want to see like who's on there, like, come on and let's say Papa Shrimp's doing his stream and I can't be on there because of work. I want to hear really quick kind of, is somebody coming on? What's this show about today? Everything like that. But, you go on some and it's like, all this flashy stuff and everything. And then when the stream's on, you're like, God, this is boring. You put all your money into the start of the show and then didn't put any thought into the rest of the show. Now, I'm not saying that my channel is the coolest, best channel in the world. But I'm consistent on what I do. If I'm boring, I'm always boring. If I have a good channel, I try to always have a good channel. Would I like some cool thumbnails? Sure. But, I want people to like me for who I am and what I do. If you come to watch Motor City Aquatics, it's because, for one, where I live, the type person I am, how I do things, and the people that, we associate ourselves with, and hang out with on this channel. It's like, I want you to go, oh, wow, Papa Shrimp's on there. Oh, man, they had LRB on there. How cool was that? Bob Moss comes on. Stephen P. hangs out there. Joseph Stanley's there. Patty's there all the time. I want people to feel comfortable and come and hang out because they're excited to see who's going to be in the chat because maybe it's someone that they haven't talked to in a while, and that's, to me, that's the important thing about having a channel. It's not, if I got, showboating for showboating, like, this isn't Las Vegas. I don't need to do it. Look, I'm just a little fish channel. That's all. Hold on, I mean, water.
There's times that I look at some of the intros or the little screens that people have with their logos and the fancy editing and stuff. And I get kind of jealous because I'm like, I need to learn how to do that, or I need to pay somebody to do that for me or whatever. But then if I start doing too much of that, then I think it takes away from what I'm about, which is trying to keep it shrimpable. And so sometimes I think some of my thumbnails are a little too flashy for me, but I try really hard to just keep it simple, stupid. I try to make sure that it's just what it needs to see, what you need to see, and that's it.
Here's one thing though, between like you, Stephen P, Bob Moss. I'm sure there's a ton out there. I watch because you're down to earth in my book. Thank you, Patrick. Here's the thing is, you see when you turn somebody's stuff on and you see the stuff, it could be a bit too busy, Steven. It can. But another thing that I do see when I do that, I'm like, Jesus Christ, this guy, how smart can you get? I mean, it takes a lot of, you might laugh and go, oh, no, it doesn't. It takes a lot of education, a lot of ability to do all this stuff on computers and stuff, unless you're paying somebody to do it. So when you come on somebody's channel,
still here.
I lied. I'm still here. Excellent. See, we love Lefty around here. But, it's like, look at Lefty. Now he's doing a show, he's doing a stream every day for 365 days, I think he's the first man I've ever heard come out of the closet on, within the fish family. The guy's just, he's an incredible person. He's a down to earth, a real person. And it's like, you know, and then his shows, he does all that stuff back there too. And it's just like, I get jealous sometimes at how smart you guys all are and the ability you have to do this. And I'm just like, man, I wish I could do that. But then I'm like, well, I'm comfortable with the way I am and how I do it. But it's a big deal to see how many smart people. I mean, Lefty's a teacher. I mean, come on, you know. So if he's doing all this stuff and Stephen P's doing all this stuff, I mean, it's just an honor to know all you guys and the abilities that you have. You know, I mean, to hang out with a slower kind of guy like me, you know, it's all right.
Well, that's kind of, and some of it too. You know, I hope that some of my work, somebody might, you know, say, hey, man, I like what you do. Can you hook me up with something? Because, you know, why not? You know, I'd love to help out and do that kind of stuff. And even when Jason would call me and say, hey, man, can you put out a thumbnail for our next video? Or can you make us a thing for a sale, a flyer for a sale that I could post on the community page? So, yeah, man, I'd throw that stuff together, you know, but I'm hoping somewhere, maybe I'm getting good enough because I've been doing it for so long that hopefully I'm getting good enough to maybe somebody might say, hey, like you did when you said, hey, man, can you help me out with my website? Sure. And I think I've done pretty good. I mean, it still needs a little tweaking. It needs a little tweaking.
No, I really enjoyed it. It's a lot of good work. You know, it's really excited. So really good. He said earlier when he went when he went to go order off of it, it said to put in your discount code or something. He was messaging me and he's like, oh, wait a minute, now it's working. And he put the order, but he said it kept saying to put your discount card code in or something. He was trying to order the moss. And I was like, ooh, well, I'm going to have to ask him. And then all of a sudden, it came through saying that it was paid. And he's like, oh, check your thing. It's working now. So I don't know why it would do something like that. So
cool. We got Bob Moss added to the Fish Fan page.
Excellent. Yeah, Bob Moss is our Canadian, another Canadian brethren that has been riding with us. He's got great hair, as you can see. Got a nice goatee going.
Yeah, we need to do a collab. I don't have Well, I don't know how to use Discord is probably the better way to say it. So I'm on Mr. Gromby's Asylum Aquatics. Is that what it is? Asylum Aquatics? Yeah. But I know nothing. My sons have been trying to get me to do that Discord stuff, but I'm I don't know. I just can't figure it out.
Yeah, Joseph, that's the thing is when Lefty had us come out, I don't mean to say come out the closet. That just shows my age and maybe some ignorance. But when he did have his come out channel, I was joking about it even with Ed. I said, man, this is a bunch of crap. He came out on live stream. Now he's going to get even more subscribers now because now he's going to be able to. Now people are going to be, what? There's a gay man in the Fish Fam. Oh, we got to go see this and subscribe. That's not fair. I'm just saying it's not fair. So but, he's got one up on me. So, you know, it's LGBT were in the community and wanted to know. They had a safe space in the community. And see, I just made a joke out of it, but I knew that's why he did it. But that's what I'm saying. It's like, man, now he's gonna get all these.
That's smart. Subs. Yeah, it's
hell yeah. Liquid Sue said, "I'm gay." Lefty said, "It was my ace in the hole. Let me use it." Yeah, me and Papa Shrimp were telling Chattanooga Ed that one night. I said, "Man, I don't like Lefty right now. He's really on my shit list." He said, "Why is that?" I said, "Because he come out on the show. Now he's got all these other." YouTubers coming over to his channel and checking his stuff out because he had his come out channel. I said, this is a bunch of crap. I said, I'm going to have a talk with him.
That's what I said. I was going to come out of the closet too and let everybody know that I am Hispanic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am Hispanic, in case you didn't know.
Yeah.
Well, that gave me a bunch of subscribers essay.
Right. Yeah. See.
See, senor.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna have to do videos in Spanish. Damn it.
Yeah. But yeah, we've we loved Lefty before and still roll with them.
Cool
We
deal.
support them.
I'll do that, Bob.
It's just super cool.
Matt says, "What? He didn't know."
Yeah. Wait,
unsubscribe.
Serious?
I'm building a wall.
It says Jerry does look kind of gringo.
Yes, I'm a chameleon.
Yeah, his dad was Hispanic, not his mom.
No, they both were.
Oh, were they?
Yeah.
Well, then what? Why?
Well, my mom is more Spanish. My dad is Mexican Indian. You know, because we have Indian blood in our family, and my mom was I think it's Irish Spanish.
Not enough Indian because you ain't got none of that casino money. Wait, Jerry's not white? Unsubscribe. Scott's Aquatics, what's up?
Yes, my real name is Gerardo.
I bet that got filtered. How'd you climb your butt up over the wall?
I'm an import.
Yeah. Papa Shrimp's imported. I just keep mine here to keep the federales off of them, so they don't know. He grew a beard and long hair, so he fits in.
I'm a token. I get it. I'm a token. Always have been.
Also showed how non-judgmental and crazy the fish famine is. Just saying, I love and support in the comments. Yeah, it was. I don't know. It's. I just find it pretty powerful when people are able to speak how they are. I think it's pretty cool. It was not censored. Yes, it was not censored. Nope, I watched it. Glad to see you're enjoying your shrimp plush. Yeah, that's a bunch of bull crap. Next, you're going to tell me that Biz and Funk aren't white, too.
Shut up, Joseph. And yes, I am. Or I was.
Jerry, are you a good swimmer?
Can run, jump, and swim, man.
Did you swim across that river? Did you swim across the river? Oh, he came here on the back of a donkey. Or in the back of a truck.
No, she didn't ever. I thought maybe my secret Santa was Jenna P, since Stephen P was the one that asked me for my address. So I never knew that it was you, Lefty. Thank you very much. It was awesome. The Purigen, that was perfect. Couldn't have been more timely. That was awesome. And the shrimp plushie, of course, yeah. And he's been hanging out there with me every stream. The other day I found him on the floor, so I guess he got a little hungry. But I stuck it back up on the tank. I love you too, Joseph. That was funny. I haven't heard that one in a really long time. So yeah, that was kind of funny. Everybody's too PC nowadays to say jokes like that. But
would they ask you if you like tacos?
No, if I could swim.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, I saw that one. I don't think so. And that scene for Men in Black. We didn't cross the border crossed us.
Right.
Which one does Lefty actual mail stuff? I'm still waiting for something I want in November from him. Are you sure, Liquid Zoo? Only fins. I mailed a bunch of crap out. That's funny. See what I'm saying? See how a stream can just go from one thing to another and just become so funny, and everyone has just hilarious comments, and everybody can laugh and giggle about shit, and not go, "Oh, that guy's a piece of shit. I mailed your shit like a week ago." And it was December. That's funny. See, you're getting Lefty to flare up.
Yeah, we're getting him to stay up late on a school night. writing emails to a local LFS that wants him to do their social media work, but still, it's a school night and he's sharing it with us.
Yeah, that's super cool. And Stephen P. We got all the smart kids here today. Yeah, everybody must be getting ready to play hooky this week because of the storms that are coming.
See, that's what I'm hearing. And we just spent this past weekend with temperatures in the 70s, high 60s, low 70s. It was, wear a sleeveless shirt and shorts in the afternoon, of course, put on your flannels and underalls or what do you call them?
Underalls?
Underalls.
Isn't that what women wear? What is that? Underalls or something? Something wrong? Old people clothes. What is that stuff? The commercials.
You know what I meant? Long johns. Damn it.
Yeah, I know what you meant.
I'll shut up now.
Yeah. You wear underalls?
But yeah, I think we're supposed to be getting another one of those northerns come through. I don't know if it's how far down it's going to come over here, but
ours says
going to get all up north.
Ours says here Wednesday in the day. It says cloudy with snow, morning high of 36 with temps falling to near 30, winds north 10 to 15. Chances snow 100%, 3 to 5 inches expected. Then Wednesday night, 1 to 3 inches expected. And then Thursday, watching a potential winter storm, snow likely 3 to 5 inches, chances of snow. I mean, I heard somebody say, and then Thursday night, 40% chance of snow. I mean, somebody was saying like up to like a foot of snow in 2 days. So I hope so, because I'll be streaming. I don't like to go out in bumper cars.
Yeah. All right. I had to plug in my laptop because it was about to die. Oh, let me see. I'll check my weather.
He said it was about to die.
It's about to die, man.
Son of a.
Scooter biscuit crack. Fishbrella Corporation. How you doing?
You know who that is?
Who?
Does anybody know who that is? I do.
I have no idea.
Yeah, it's Fish Tropic.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope people get out Saturday, but I think they will, Joseph. I really do.
Yeah, the wife.
It's going to be a good swap.
The wife is running to my buddy's store tomorrow to go get ghost shrimp, crayfish, and a bunch of other stuff, before the storm comes, so we don't run out of certain things.
Okay, it says here that Wednesday we're going to start off at 59 degrees, and then it's going to go down to 24 with 91% chance precipitation, and then it'll be 29 for a high on Thursday with 17 degrees for a low with 80% chance.
What's your Monday and Tuesday going to be?
63 and 67 for the high, 50s for the low.
All right, because Patrick lives out there with you, I believe.
He lives in Houston, right, Patrick?
Yeah, but it's still Texas, right?
Yeah.
But, I got to send him the hookerus moss. And, it's cold here, but if I know it's going someplace really warm, then I probably don't need a heat pack. I'll just wrap the crap out. Oh, hey, look, I wanted to show you something.
Yep.
Oh, look at this. Oh. See this
What
big
the?
box? This is, I'll show you. I haven't even opened it yet. My wife got it. I have not opened it yet. Hold on. When's the last time you saw one of these?
As you chop your finger.
Yeah.
Actually, it wasn't too long ago. My son has one.
Yeah, my father got us these when we were children. And we must have done something dumb because he took them away from us, and then we found it. So what this is, let me put it away before I add a new dimple to my face. This is the paper that I told you.
Oh yeah, the wrapping paper stuff.
This is the stuff that comes from my wife got online for free, and it's 2x4 sheets, and it's 30 pounds for like $18. So now I can wrap all my stuff. I don't have to worry about where I'm going to get the paper from, and I can just continuously send tons and tons of products throughout the winter. So I got the heat packs, I got everything. So
yeah, I've been using the ones that you can get at Home Depot. They had it on sale. It was like $7 for $7.50, I think, for one of those boxes of I guess it's a foot wide by maybe 2 foot or 3 foot long. That's what I was using to football all of my burritos with, or my burritos with, however you want to call it.
yeah, your enchiladas. But yeah, so hey guys, shrimp question. Getting Carolina shrimp soon. Will the pH drop from a CO2 planted tank affect them? How to do it safely? No, because they want a low pH anyways. You know a ton about CO2, Jerry?
Whoa, really? Sorry. Let me find out. I have a feeling I know who did, but I'm not going to say. Yep. I think it's a funny, Joseph Stanley, so don't worry. You'll be back. Yes, this CO2 will, depending on how you run it, you will experience some pH swings. So you got to be prepared for it, but I don't think it's that extreme. I never did CO2 in my Carolina tanks, but I did it with my Neos. And instead of having a solenoid that was on a timer, so that way it only come on with the lights or right before the lights and hour after the light, whatever your process was, I was using one of those fluval systems. Of course, I retrofitted everything. The only thing that I kept was the actual canister and the little gauge, but everything else I used other products, third-party products, and I ran it 24 hours at a very, 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 very slow bubble rate. And I didn't have any problems. My plants were tremendous. There was no real issues. My shrimp bred just fine. Guppies were just fine. So, yeah, I don't think it's that much to worry about, but I've never done it with my Carolinas. So,
yeah, pH drop is totally fine. That's not what stresses shrimp out. It's the raising of pH that can stress them out and hurt them. So like if you have a tank and you're doing a water change and you put in just RO water to drop the pH because the pH is higher than you would like. You just put pure RO in there and drop the pH and it won't bother them at all. It's going the other way. So if you do a water change and add water, like let's say my Soloaces, and I put too much pH or there's too much that can possibly be detrimental for them. But going down it's not so bad.
Yeah. Are you back yet, Joseph?
Who timed me out? Oh, there's Joseph. He got timed out.
Brella did.
Oh, really? What did he do that for?
I think because he had said, well, you don't know who it is. You should, because he's your mod or something like that.
Right. Yeah. I know who Fishbrella was. Yeah. I liked the name when it changed that. I was like, who the hell is that? I was like, oh my God, is that Tropic? I don't know. I like the name. It's I mean, I always like Fish Tropic, but Fishbrella Corporate, that's off that TV that show that came out. Aqua Balls, yeah. Oh, you got CPDs breeding it like crazy. Yeah, I was looking for some CPDs, and I was told today that I could get some. We would trade up for some shrimp. So remember, if you want shrimp, Aqua Balls, let me know, and we'll just trade up for some stuff because you got a lot of stuff that I want. And I got a lot of stuff that you want, so don't worry about it. We can just trade up and everybody be happy.
Yeah, I wish I could find somebody to trade up with that, or, just swap product for product and get some shrimp in their hands so I could get some more German rams.
Yeah,
I don't think I'll ever have too many.
Oh, the other guy, the guy that's in Ohio that owns fish or something fishy in Ohio, he said he's got black rams. I didn't see when the camera went by the tank. I didn't see how dark they were. I just saw that he had
pond snails for shrimp. I don't think so,
buddy. What are you doing? How come you're not in bed? What did Mama say? Is Mama sleeping?
But she just went.
It's a school night, son.
So you snuck out?
No.
What did she say?
She said, okay.
Oh, okay. What did you tell her?
I said, I'm going to go downstairs.
Oh, okay.
So, all right.
Right. The Lukester.
What's up?
I got Rams. Call me. I got Rams. Oh, see, Aquaball's got Rams.
Ooh.
I'll be off here in a minute. You're not coming down here to play video games, dude. Oh, no, sir. It's 12 o'clock at night, dude.
It's school night.
Yeah, you got to go to school, bro. We ain't doing like we did last night. No, sorry. Dad's cool and all, but not that cool.
But, Dad, I just wanted to hang out with you.
Yeah, he did that last night. What should we call you, Aquaballs? Not black right now. Oh, okay. You don't have black ones.
Yeah, my son used to do that to me. Well, he didn't do it to me, but there'd be times where I'd go to wake him up, make sure he's getting ready for school and stuff, and he'd be like, Dad, can I just stay home today? Kind of want to hang out with you.
Yeah.
I'd be like, okay, fine.
Right.
I have to call the school. He's sick.
Yeah, hey, but that shit wouldn't happen when we were kids. Hey, Dad, can I stay home? Get dressed and get out of the house. Boy, you better get to school. Okay.
My mom was a teacher, so there wasn't no skipping school, and if I did, she found out.
Well, see, back in the day, we couldn't skip school because, our parents were working. So, my dad worked nights. He worked midnights, supposedly for 20 years. At least that's what Ford thought. And then my mother went to work first thing in the morning to the hospital. So, there's my dad be sleeping. So we had to go. He didn't want us staying home. So then we'd keep him up. My daughter got me to play Roblox with her, and I do because she wants to spend time with me. Yeah, it's that's what he just came down for. He wants to play on the gaming computer here, but it's midnight. He's got school in the morning, so.
And that's why when you would call me during the holidays or whatever, and I say, I'm playing hockey with my son.
Right.
Because we've been playing NHL together since I think it was probably 2011 version. He's 18. So the time that I'm going to get to spend with him is going to be like minimal. So every chance I get to play hockey with him and sit down and hang out, yeah, heck yeah, man, let's go. I might be cramping up and my thumb is all numb because I'm got controller-itis, but I'll still play and let him kick my butt because we're hanging out together. It's fun.
Oh yeah. All you can eat says, can we talk about why suction cups they offer us Aquarius are trash? Just noticed the heater pot free again. I think it has to do with the product that they use and the extreme curve that they put on some of them. That the rubber's so thick when you shove it on there, it actually fights and pops itself back off because
it hardens open.
Yeah.
And what I've learned with the ones that harden when they're open, for whatever reason, I started soaking them in warm vinegar water, and especially the hotter the water is, for whatever reason, it seems like it brings back the springiness to it. Not on all of them. Sometimes the color, whatever material they use in the black ones versus the clear ones, they deteriorate or don't last as long differently.
Yeah, Patty says she used to throw her cereal in the toilet to pretend she threw up, but it never worked one time.
I tried that too, and it didn't work.
What we used to do is if we'd say we were sick, our parents would come in with a thermometer. They put it in your mouth. And what you do is run over to the heat register on the floor real quick and put it on that and watch it, because when it get up to 100, over 100, you'd take it off and then stick it in your mouth or blow on it, cool it down, stick it in your mouth. And then you'd walk out there because you knew it was hot. You go, and they'd take it out and go, yep, you got to stay home. Yeah, a baby thermometer, yep. I used to take hot water from the sink and put it in my mouth to make myself have a 102.
The things we used to have to do.
Your trick now. Yeah, no, I don't carry assassin snails. I carry mystery snails, and it's they're growing rampant in my 125. So I have to get up, and whenever they turn back
for 4 days. At least you got 4 days out of it. Shit. I never really got sick much as a kid, but when I did, I got super, super sick. So it was one of those things. And when I tried to tell my mom I don't feel good, I just go to school, son. And I'd go to school and I'd be sitting there sweating with 103 fever and, going up, and teachers, are you okay? I'm just fine, because I didn't want to get in trouble being sick. But yeah.
Oh my gosh. Fishbrella said the gag store had a thermometer set between 100 and 105. I swear to God, I'm sick. Look.
Yeah, but how do you find things like that when we were kids? The only thing we had was like the back of the Mad comic books or, stuff like that, where they had all those little ads where you could be an artist too. Draw this puppy, and we'll send you to school.
It was a pirate or a turtle.
Yeah. But that's the only place we could find all of those, X-ray vision goggles. And
yeah,
we didn't have the interweb.
No, then you could go, what was it, the shoe store where they resold shoes and stuff. Used to sell I don't know why, but they used to sell the glass vial stink bombs that you'd throw, and they had sulfur in it. They stink like farts.
Yeah.
Or we go snap the top off and get a syringe and suck it out of it, like go up somebody's car and stick it through the foam and squirt it in their car. So the next day they get in their car and smell like somebody.
Oh, good job. Fishbrella got it before I did.
The mall had that gag store when I grew up. Oh, it is the Russian piece of crap. There we go. Craig Doniger, Craig's cap. I just sent out some female mirror balls. What are mirror balls? Balls with mirrors on them? I don't know. What was it? Somebody said that cracked me up. Hold on. Oh, I think it was Joseph Stanley said. Oh, maybe not.
You need to get to the emergency room. You have 115 temp.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Patrick's having flashbacks. Oops.
Yeah, I can't remember. It was a good one. Was it
The Miramas balls.
Oh, you're talking Marissimo. Marissimo balls? Marissimo balls, I think they're called. Yeah, Miramas balls. Maybe I'm saying it wrong. Was it Patrick says, "Pay, thank you very much." Now I'm having flashbacks. I try that, and my mother whooped my ass. People who don't have any food to eat, she cook her food too hot. I bought the fake dog poo and put it in the teacher's chair. He got suspended for that crap, pun intended. Just wants a spanking.
Did you turn your water off?
Yeah. I'm good. I'm done now. All I have to do when I end the stream is switch it over to the RO water and just start filling everything up. But what I'm going to do is I have a paint marker from work. You know, the ones that you push the tip down in.
Yeah.
And I'll start marking tanks for my wife to fill up. So I'll drain the ones. Like
we're talking balls, Terry.
Yeah, I come in there talking balls.
I do have a question for you. Have you ever cultured infusoria or paramecium?
No.
Well, then never mind. No follow-up question for you then.
Sorry.
Has anybody else here done it?
Who is Miramas and why
Giving it a little
want his balls?
I'm just wondering. I'm trying it out because I want to see how it will do with my clown killifish fry. I've had really good success. They're breeding very, very well, but they're not surviving. So I'm not sure if it's the siblings or eating the babies, because now some of the babies that were fry a month ago have grown up, and so I have different stages.
You know what I'm going to try here? You can do it unless you've heard of it. I watched this other channel. It's called Keeping Fish Simple or something like that. Something like that. Anyways, he said good food to feed for super, super small fry is egg yolk. Cook a hard-boiled egg and then take a part of the yolk and
sprinkle the yellow.
No, just stick it in the water and rub it around and let it just dissolve and go everywhere. It says, because they say like if you want to raise discus fry without the parents, to put them in a dish and then put egg white around the rim. And then I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. So,
yeah, I watched several different videos to see about how to culture it because I want to give it a shot. But I did notice that the Bacter AE, they eat that stuff up. So that's fine enough powder to feed them for now. And it seems more that I've been feeding them because I was being very, very careful with my Bacter AE feedings. And that seemed to be to my detriment. So now I'm starting to feed maybe 2 or 3 times a day. And it seems like I'm getting more of the fry that are starting to do really well.
Yeah, I'm going to try because see, that's the whole thing. Well, there's 2 things that I was having problems here with the discus. They continue to have babies over and over, but I have this big, huge piece of slate that I put in there. They lay eggs on it, and then once the fry come off of the slate, they go hide behind it, and it's like like the babies can't find them, I'm thinking. So I took it out hoping that they would just lay on the glass And then I don't have to worry about taking it out because they get real skittish because when they hide behind it, they stay hidden all the time. Well, when I take it out, they'll come right up to the glass, wait for me to feed them and stuff. So now I'm to the point is, just wait till they lay them on the glass or something and then go from there. But I want to use that egg yolk. I want to try that and see how that works.
Mississippi Hippie's trying to grow some in a 1 gallon container with green water and green algae in it. And you're going to use duckweed, dry duckweed. Yeah, I've seen so many different ways that people do it. You know, Joseph, I've thought about that the other day because I have a bottle of spirulina. I use it for my homemade shrimp foods. It might work. And I thought about sprinkling it on there because I know hill stream loaches, they do really well with spirulina powder. So I was thinking maybe because it's very high protein. So I thought maybe that might work too. But I'm kind of trying to stick with understanding how well the Bacter AE is working because it seems like it's working really well now that I'm feeding it more. It's still a very small amount. I'm just doing it more often throughout the day.
Yeah, and see, I tried that with the discus babies. I didn't get any, not that I know, but I think what the issue was is if I was doing it, I wasn't doing it enough and they couldn't really find the parents. But like one day I'll have like 100 of them and they're on the parents. And then the next day I'll have like 12. So I don't know if overnight they're eating them. I don't see like bodies. So what I did last time is I took the male out and put them in the 125. So this time I'm going to take the female out and let the dad raise them. But I'm not going to put the slate back in there and then have to take it out and it freaks them out again. So they're more or less, I'm going to get a breeding thing or somebody said like put a pot in there, a planter's pot. But put something in there, let them lay eggs on it, and then go that way. So I can take it out. So,
and like the Aquaball says, is the spirulina probably causes ammonia spikes, and you have to change the water. And that I think it was yesterday. I was looking it up, and I saw that New Life Spectrum stuff on Amazon. That seemed very interesting. And Joseph, I do. Sometimes, like when I feed my shrimp Bacter AE, I'll use the water bottle method, shake it up, and kind of squirt it in my tanks, so that way it's more dissolved. But with the
just eat it.
Clown killifish, part of the reason why I'm not dissolving it and letting it travel throughout the water is because they stay at the surface. They pretty much stay there. They might get around to the mid tank area. The bigger ones do anyways, but all of the fry, the newly hatched fry, as soon as they hatch, they work their way to the top and they stay up there in the corners of the glass. They stay up there on the very, very surface where the water tension kind of has the radius. They'll be right in that little spot.
Yeah, my discus babies sit in the corners like that in big packs. Like they're eating the slime that's there or something.
Hey, there's Grant.
Hey, the garden eater. Welcome.
Crowd goes wild.
I fell down the bed of rabbit hole. Yeah, that's a deep hole. There's a lot of bettas out there, boy.
I almost did. When I was in Arkansas and I'd go to the pet store that was there, of course, I was in love with that store because it had 400 some odd tanks.
Viper.
But when I'd go there, at the very front of the store, they had some containers with some of the most beautiful bettas. And I was like, oh no, I don't want to go down that rabbit hole because then I'll have 300 jars all over my house with bettas. No, I haven't tried the vinegar eels, and I think especially the clown killifish fry, I think they're too big. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure they are because baby brine shrimp are almost too big. or they are too big.
I'm going to leave myself a little note to check out that New Life Spectrum stuff.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, like I said, I think it was yesterday, and it's supposed to be so fine and so dusty, like talcum powder or baby powder-ish, that the best way to feed is to use a paintbrush and just sprinkle it in with the paintbrush instead of a spoon. At least that's what I read. Could be a lie because that's, the internet's full of lies. But that seems like a pretty smart way to do it. Just dust it like you would the powder puff stuff. Females understand.
He said, powder puff.
The powder puff girls. Oh, it's power puff girls. Fine brush. Yep. And I think a lot of that too is so that way, when you use the spoon, it might have a tendency to clump up when you put it in the water, whereas the brush will dust it as a fine dust, which is what you want. But again, I don't know from actually using it. I just read.
What?
Did you find it?
But no, I punched in New Life Spectrum and I look up and it says Shrimp Life Spectrum. I didn't punch in Shrimp Life Spectrum.
Uh-oh, your phone's listening to you.
It is New Life Spectrum. Fry growing.
I'm not sure of the Ocean Nutrition Instant Baby Brine. I do know that I've done the I don't know what brand it is, the one that Corey sells, but I've tried that, and that stuff was great.
The brine, baby brine?
Yeah.
Yeah, they say, who is it? His partner there says he orders from some brine company.
Brine Shrimp Direct.
Yeah, something.
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
where I normally get my stuff from, because I set up an account with them years ago. And I had bought the big giant funnel looking thing. I even did a video on it, and it was great. I used it every day, but it was too big for me, so I wanted to go smaller. And I'd really love to get those glass ones, but then why go through all? I got 2 of the aquarium co-op dealing boppers. So
how did you get 2 of them?
Ancient Chinese secret.
My husband, some hot shot. Here's his ancient Chinese secret, Calgon.
Well, sometimes when you're you have friends in high places, they get a pretty awesome discount from Aquarium Co-op. So, yes, Jason helped me out with that when we were working together, and I got 2 of them. I got one on my own, and then I got one from him, where he bought it, but had it drop shipped here. That's also how I got my linear piston pump, whatever that LA 45. All right, good night, Lefty. Have some sweet dreams, man. It's school night. Get to bed.
Yeah, I think we're gonna call the stream. It's 2.5 hours. It's 12:30. 12:30. I gotta get off here, so I'm not loud. Luke sleeps right above me, so I don't want to stay down here. I want to keep coming down and hanging out and playing games. So I gotta be a good parent and get off. Can't play no more. But yeah, so I just want to say thank you so much for coming and hanging out tonight. This is super cool. We did really good. Yeah, we did really good. It was a good night. So But yeah, we'll end this now. I just want to say thank you to everyone who's come and hung out with us tonight and who's subscribed and just everyone having a great conversation tonight. Went really good, like it always does, but we actually learned a lot. So there's some stuff I didn't know about. And, so hopefully people, take a lot away from this stream, and if you did, maybe tell some friends, come check it out, and then we got to go over to Papa Shrimp's channel and get him up there so he can pay me $30 for hitting 1,000 subscribers before me. But yeah, I just want to say good night to everyone. Have a great Sunday, and I will be talking to you all soon. So
Cool deal, man. Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. Everybody stay safe. And you know what I thought we could start doing before we get out of here? Hold on. It'd be the word we're not supposed to say, we can start using Divock because it's like backwards. So did you catch Divock or so I was thinking about that today. I was like, why don't we just say it backwards? Because like I was watching Metalhead today, and I think that they were sick over there. But he's like, the word that you can't say, or you'll get, your stream will be whatever. I'm like, well, say it backwards. I mean, what's the big deal? But so yeah, I was thinking about that earlier. But hey, all right, everyone. Thank you for coming and hanging out, and have a beautiful night, and stay safe. And we'll be talking to you soon.
All right,
so
later.
Take care.
Peace.
Peace.